Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the Seven Dooms for Sandpoint, our adventure that is set along the Varisian coastline in a place known as the Devil's Plateau, where a deep, dark, and increpid pit awaits with 7 dooms, well, 6 dooms as we found out, that endanger the town of Sandpoint. Our heroes are, of course, on an adventure to try and thwart these 7 dooms that were prophesized and have done super well, as 6 of the dooms out of 6 in the pit have been dealt with, but the 7th doom awaits them on Grubber's Island. Joining me today are my amazing and wonderful Patreons who support the channel, keep the lights on, and let me do all these cool fun games. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello everybody.
Hello, everyone.
So good to see you guys. So good to see so many familiar faces in chat as well as some not so familiar faces. For those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. For those of you who are speaking and having a chat with stuff, be sure to check out our Discord as well. It's a good way to keep up to date with all of my games, to ask me questions or to ask the players questions, because we're all there. Now, before we kick off, we have some people to thank, and that is, of course, the people who make us look as good as we do on this channel, and that is our sponsors. We have, for all of our character tokens and all of the models you can see here, we have Hero Forge that makes 3D models, not only designed for your own characters, as well as virtual tabletops like the ones we use here, but also a 3D printer that can have you sent versions of your favorite characters sent to you wherever you want in the world. So they're always amazing. Great Christmas present, great memorabilia as well. If you, like me, don't have too many games in person, it's always great to, have a little bit of, a nice little physical reminder of your games. We then have Sirenscape for the wonderful sound effects that immerse my players into the setting. There is actually a sound set for the 7 Dooms of Sandpoint in Sirenscape. So basically, if you wanted to, let's have a look. We have the floor our heroes were previously on, which had a room filled with fungus and the like, which we can press simply this button here, and lo and behold, we have the sounds of the interior of the pits filled with mushrooms and fungus, crawling creatures, and the sounds of moving rubble as something lurks in the shadows. All these cool sound effects are already pre-made for the 7 Dooms of Sandpoint adventure. So, hey, if you're running it, it's a great opportunity to get it. Then, of course, we have Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice because, it's the one I use. It's great. It does all the things I want it to do. And, basically makes it so that I can connect with all of my players from all around the world. You didn't hear the mushroom sounds? If you listen carefully, you can hear mushrooms slowly growing, in the sound effect. It's very beautiful, do you think about, like, the actual sound recording artist, the engineer, as he sits there by a pile of mushrooms with his, amp and stuff, and just like, okay, go mushroom. It's very dedicated people over at Sirenscape, very dedicated. There's that. Then we have our other, amazing sponsor, and that is our lovely audience members. You guys are amazing. We'll have some stuff for you to play around with and do some cool things later on. But before we do that, let's introduce to you the characters that are going to be embarking on today's adventure. I'm going to turn this over now to my players to introduce themselves and who they are going to be playing today.
Well, so you're going to start for regular order. So I'm Scully playing the Elf Sandero, the cleric of Sound Ray, who always wants to heal and make everything better from, well, the healing power of fire, because that always seems to go well. Of course, she is also a little bit possessed by a demon who also wants to just burn the world. So you could just think that Sandero is basically an arson priest at this point.
Arson. Just an arson. That's fine. Hi, I'm a variant CA. I'm playing Westinson, a guard from Magmar who found his way through Bottle and Misadventure into the town of Sandpoint, where he's teamed up with the unlikely group attempting to free the town of said Dooms. He spent the first part of his time in Sandpoint drinking himself to oblivion. He crawled out of the bottle and immediately decided to go back into the bottle in the form of alchemy. And now both he and a character played by Walter Goggins have something in common.
Are you going to leave us there?
Of course he is. How else would he sound so pretentious?
Exactly.
Yes, I share something in common with Walter Goggins. And then carry on. You know, oh, you don't know Walter Goggins? I met him at the country club and we got to hit a few of the nine, you know. Anyway, sorry.
I see. So,
Also, I do know Walter Goggins and I get it. I get the reference.
yeah. I just thought he was going to explain it, but that's okay. Cookie Mon Steve, playing Sal. He's a monkish accountant from TNZ who's gone back to Sandpoint. Oh.
I could have sworn, like, if anyone like held me in a court of law, I would have sworn in and said that you just said that you were a monkfish.
No.
Maybe he is.
I said a monkish.
Monkish. Okay. What's monkish? That's like that's like, you know, I do martial arts and my body is a temple, but also I fuck, drink, and sleep and, you know, smoke. You know, like, is that?
He's a monk at heart,
basically.
but not really.
Oh, okay, cool. Rick, rad. All right, carry on. Just wanted to check in on that. Okay.
Fish accountant.
Perfect.
Damn.
Exactly. He's an accountant who knows martial arts and is, not a religious monk, I guess was where I was trying to go with that. He's in Sandpoint and has fallen in with this lovely crowd of people because he was sent here to get some of the family businesses back up and running. So far, he was doing okay at starting that until he was convicted of excessive force and banned from the town. So now he's really got nothing better to do than to grub around in these pits. maybe get him forgiven one day.
And hello, I'm Neil from. Oh, sorry, Neil from Immersion Diversion. Blix, he is a goblin from the pit. And he wished to be able to leave said pit and go stay at Sandpoint when he heard there was oh my god, why? Sorry. The embassy, the EMBC, that one, in town now, to try and make goblins better, and be good. So, but he had also fucked up a little bit, and now he is also exiled from Sandpoint. And he's trying to see if he can fix that in any way by still being the hero he was meant to be.
You're also forgetting that you were potentially assassinated, or well, you had an assassination attempt by your own people.
Yep. They also successfully killed me and threw me in the hole. And they didn't kill me. They thought they killed me. But Sato came to my rescue. Sato! And now I'm gonna hang out with him in exile forever.
Find yourself saying that. Well, you have no one else to blame but yourself.
Pretty much.
That's true. I mean, you guys were basically told in no like muddied way, if you do this, you will regret it, and then you did it.
Now we're partners in crime that we're trying to fix.
Oh yeah, no. You think banishing is the part you're gonna regret? Oh, that's. Boy, you're going to enjoy.
I know you too well.
You're going to enjoy.
I know you too well. Yeah.
So anyway, these are our players. These are our characters. This is going to be an awesome game. And before we kick off, we have one last person to thank, and that is our audience members. Guys, thank you for being here, being a part of the show, having a good time with us. As such, we invite you behind the GM screen in order to play along and potentially influence the game while we're doing cool stuff. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time for channel point rewards. They can do things like inspiration, insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine intervention, divine healing. Most of these things are geared towards helping the PCs. So, hey, you know, if you do want to throw them in there, throw them in there. Subscribers, you earn channel points a little quicker, so consider throwing in, you know, a subscription, because then you know, all my channels have the same rewards, so you know, no point in, you know, missing out on those extra points when you can get them up. Then, of course, for those of you who want to help support the Dead Aussie Gamer channel with things like my subscriptions, my mortgage, eating solid food, we have a number of monetary donations that go towards these things, and of course, the DAG survival check for the month, which is currently at $900 or 61%, which is absolutely incredible. It is a massive boost, and thank you so much for everyone who has already contributed to our endeavors, which is awesome. Now, for those of you who want the rewards, there it is. We have for $5 the hero points and jinx points. Hero points are these red marks you can see on screen here. Jinx points are the purple marks that are over here. They can be used by players to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, and roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counter hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks. Either I will draw from my deck of plot twists, which come with a bunch of very cool narrative. Wait. Why are you upside down? Narrative plot twists, which inspire me to improv a narrative story element into the game while we are playing, or a harrow draw, which a player will draw, and it'll give them a prophecy. This prophecy will be like a GM power that will allow our heroes to bring to life the GM power however they see fit. So yeah, there's that too. $20 is the coveted golden natural 20, because sometimes shit just needs to work, and a nat 20 is how we do it, which is always a lot of fun because, you know, it just means shit works, you know, that's how it is. We then have our $50 donations, which we have either a boss buff, where we increase the difficulty of a challenge the group is facing, add some extra parameters, change the terrain, do a bunch of cool stuff, and in addition, because we're now changing this up a little bit, if our heroes manage to defeat the boss, they will also receive a magic item as well. So the magic item and boss buff are now one $50 reward. So yeah, it'll increase the difficulty of the challenge and reward our heroes for their effort with a magic item. This can be an item you design, you could ask me to design something, or something appropriate that's on someone's wish list. Whatever the case is, that's the $50 reward. We then have our $100 secret menu item. The $100 secret menu item is going to be an interesting one, because I'm not going to reveal it until an appropriate time in the game. And that is just how it's going to work. If you want to roll those dice and risk the $100 secret menu item before I reveal it, it will give the secret menu item an extra boost. But again, I'm not telling you what it is. Now, is this a scam? Of course it's a scam. Everything I do here is made up and make-believe. No, honestly, think about it, right? You buy a magic item. It's not like you're getting an actual physical fucking thing. We're playing make-believe, right? And you're getting a make-believe thing. It's good, it's fun, it adds to the experience, and I can guarantee you it'll do all those things. But, you know, $100 for it. I'm just saying, just keep your logic mindset. This is still a game of pretend. I'm still in Australia, you know, it doesn't change much, but it will, but the thing that I'm doing here is going to be very important for one of the characters, a very, very poignant change in the destiny of the adventure as it is written and as it goes through and as it will be immortalized in this episode. And if we do get the donation before I reveal what the actual thing is, I will give it an extra step. So it'll be an extra, you know, leap forward from that initial plan. So I've got the current plan, the plan with the donation, and then the plan with the donation if someone donated beforehand. So there you go. Yeah, it's a blind box to the game. That's it. It's a fucking blind box. And you open it up, there's fucking nothing inside. Anyway, you know, it's fine. Okay. Okay. Look, hey, look, I tell you guys this honestly. Like, if you are supporting this channel, you're supporting me, you're supporting my livelihood, you're supporting all this stuff. I'm never going to scam you. I'm never going to tell you, you know, like, I'm never going to, like, put the curtain over your eyes. And, of course, I'm always going to tell people, donate generously, but donate responsibly. You know, I do not want you guys to be, you know, kind of too much out of pocket, you know, when, you know, you can't be. You know, I'd much rather, you know, people look after themselves and all that stuff, because you're going to enjoy the show one way or another, because I'm going to make you. All right. Let's get started then, shall we?
Hell yeah.
So,
Okay.
without any further ado, deep within the pits, the 7 dooms of Sandpoint await. 6 are now defeated, and our heroes, having emerged victorious against Valdemar, a former townsfolk member who had adventured into the pit in order to try and uncover its dark secrets, fell victim to one of the intellect devourers. His head opened up, and his brain replaced with the infamous creature. After laying him to rest, our heroes have finally managed to broker a peace within the pit. All the major threats moved on, gone, or slain. But you have learnt of one last danger, one last doom, and that is, of course, the Red Bishop. Somebody who had eyes upon Sandpoint for many years, many years. One who has orchestrated these 7 dooms. This creature residing on Grubber's Isle. A place our heroes don't quite know where it is or how to get to it. But that leaves only one last bit of business here in the pit. Erica Averton, one of the adventurers who was traveling with Valdemar, along with Curtis Gede and Adamar Scarnetti. These individuals were a group of adventurers who came down here with Sato, but were separated. Some killed, some infected by the evils down here. But Erica still missing. We now have a very important decision to make, Sato. Does our group continue to explore, seeking out Erica, knowing that she might be in the clutches of one of the creatures that dwell down here? Or do we return to the surface? The scene is yours to decide what you would like to do and how you wish to go about the next leg of our adventure.
Well, there's one more person from the original group that brought me in here. Do we think she's still alive?
Well, they've all been alive to different degrees.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
We at least see what happened to her.
and the other way to look at it, Sato, is would you want her tortured soul to remain? If she was also like because I mean, if she was like Caleb, then isn't the rest that she might kick off, leading more people down here and more suffering to ensue?
There's enough
Agreed.
cases with people in this place coming back after being left behind.
Well, I would be happier if I knew what had become of her. So,
All
do
right.
we have any
Right.
ideas?
Well, then let's go.
As you asked that question, Sato, Sindariel and I don't know if Westonson was there at the time, but I know Sindariel definitely was. Sindariel does have recollection of a woman who was captured by a large serpentine creature on one of the earlier floors, the 6th level. You have a vague recollection of where it was. The creature hypnotized your former companion, Peyton, And due to the sudden shift in power at the time, you opted to leave her be. Admittedly, with a very a hypnotized woman there. You didn't get many of the details because you weren't there for very long. You didn't get to see her face, but you know that that's probably one of your best leads, Cinderio.
Sorry, I was going to ask, are we going to skip over the cliffhanger scene from last week?
What was the cliffhanger scene?
Cinderella was burning the devil, and it was absorbing into her sword, and she was going a bit mad. And Westonson was jumped into the pile of bones and started sucking the marrow from them.
Oh yeah. Okay, we'll come to that. So yeah, I think
this all happened before the
Cinderio thing kind of happened, and there's no real over thing, apart from the fact that you're obviously burning the corpse and stuff like that quite thoroughly. But the Westonson eating thing, let's actually circle back to that one as well.
Yeah.
So Westonson has begun, of course, sucking the marrow from the bones of Valdemar.
No, it was
the pile of bones.
Pile of bones in the devil's nest.
Chamber.
Oh, in the Devil's Nest. Yes, that's right. Where the Sandpoint Devil's victims were. Yes. That's where we're at. Okay, yep. I'm with you guys. All right, cool. So yeah, Westonson, you're enjoying this food quite thoroughly. Almost so much so that the horror of the fact that you are consuming human remains doesn't seem to bother you in the slightest.
Nom nom nom.
Excellent. Well done.
It's just like, are they really that good? Like, I mean, there's
Delicious.
bones of everything. It looks like to me. Also.
Does Blick start eating them? I mean, I don't know.
He's not gonna eat them, but he'll kind of walk over in curiosity and just kind of like try to peek around.
Sato's looking at Westonson. He's looking at Cinderio. He's kind of looking at Blix, but it's like, it doesn't matter. But it's like, Westonson, what are you doing?
Just having a bit peckish.
But you didn't go for one of the legs when we were with those other ghouls. They had that test. I mean, it looked.
Yeah.
I mean,
Change of appetite. Things. Yeah.
I'll take one little bone, and I'm just like, I don't like bite into it or break it. I just kind of like.
All right.
Ugh.
You also start cannibalizing one of the bones.
I just like gnaw on it like a dog does. I don't like bite into it or eat it. I just kind of like realizing that it doesn't have that taste or whatever. And I'm like,
It has a taste.
I like the sand.
Oh, no, it has a very distinct taste.
Okay.
As you're chewing on the bone, small threads of the flesh that still decay and cling to the bone meat itself now catch between your sharp pointed teeth. Your teeth are actually quite well designed for chewing and crushing up bones, especially these kind of things. So yeah, you find it easy to
Okay,
actually.
I guess I'll just I guess I'll kind of like bite off a piece.
I'd also take a point here to remind Neil that you are a goblin. Goblins, for a very, very long time, used to eat people. Very comfortably used to eat people, remember? It's one of the things that made them monsters, in fact. The fact that they would kidnap people, murder them, and eat them because, they're monsters. Monsters eat people.
Yeah, and now he's had Sandpoint cuisine, and he likes that a lot more. He's like,
Sure.
I miss being in Sandpoint. Don't throw the bone.
Keep it on.
So whenever Cinderella comes out of her mad rage of burning and joining with the spirit of Stella, you sure you wouldn't have liked something fresher, Westonson?
That's unlucky. You'll find something down here. Have I
Sure.
started to satiate the hunger yet?
The hunger is starting to subside. It's as soon as you've gotten some of it in your body, you feel much less like those hunger pangs are like driving you to eat more. But yeah, you're feeling a little bit better, a little bit more clear-headed. Again, you have no idea where the hunger comes from, and you still are of your usual mindset. You're not suddenly like okay with this. It's just in that moment your hesitations disappear in way of the hunger.
As soon as I'm done, I vomit. I pull myself into the pit and just vomit.
Sorry, to clarify, you're inducing vomit or you are nauseated?
I'm nauseated because if you're
Uh,
saying I still had the opinion of it.
You do, but you're not nauseated. Nausea is a physical response. So the psychological thing is you can force yourself to, but this is for your body is now adjusted to this. This is not nauseating. You can't actually feel, your body no longer has that same response that you did.
Okay. In which case I am inducing nausea.
All right, sure, fair enough.
Okay.
So yeah, you can see Westonson moving over and sort of heaving and stuff like that.
Thanks for my chemical ingredients to see if I can find something similar to Epicac.
Let's roll a percentage.
No.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah.
I mean, he's an alchemist. He could just make it.
Well, before Neil interrupted me, I would tell you that
Sorry.
unfortunately you lack the ingredients to create that.
Okay. I'll make note to pick up some at Misha's later. If it doesn't come up, I'll just wipe my mouth and go. "Mm." Yeah, sorry about that.
Do you want to drink of water to try and rinse whatever that was out of your mouth? Sandra will hold up her water skin.
I'll take it.
All right.
Thank you.
As you put the water to your mouth and you start to drink, it kind of tastes like ash, like just liquid pours down your mouth, and just this very unpleasant feeling just fills your stomach.
I will. Oh, this is going to be inconvenient.
So drink. Were you back on the hard stuff again? Is that the
Uh,
problem?
we'll look into that later. There's something
Okay.
definitely wrong.
Oh, hang on. You got a little bit of bone on you, and I'm gonna take it off and then use it as a toothpick, like all the bone pieces out of my teeth and meat.
I'll clean myself up. I have a sneaky suspicion I'll have to have a longer examination with a physician or a member of the church. I have a
Maybe it's one of these
Bad
ones that we need in the sunlight.
yeah. I'm thinking
Yes.
that might be an idea. Let's go find Sato's friend before I get hungry again.
On that note, as you begin to make your way back up to the 6th floor to where you had last encountered this large serpentine creature, the thought obviously crosses each of your mind about what potentially has happened to Westonson. After all, Sandero, you were the only one who saw firsthand Westonson get taken down by Valdemar during that particular fight. You confirmed with your own hand that Westonson was dead before he had risen. Now, the rising of the dead is not uncommon. There are lots of things and lots of methods to do it. But there's one very common practice of rising as, other creatures, as undead, especially in a place that was a temple to Cabriri that makes you feel you suspect you know what he's currently turning, if not turned into already.
Yeah. So Sandero's mind is probably the we all did that pit of maggots, and he came out looking a bit bloodier than the rest of us. And she's probably thinking, was he infected in that thing that we all went through? At a quiet moment, she's probably going to try and get Sato and herself to have a little almost exam to make sure that we don't have any maggots or something that might be secretly trying to infect us and turn us.
Sure.
is that.
You you start to explore and just make sure that you don't have any maggots or odds and ends or bits and bobs that are going to potentially
hanger-ons.
yeah, you got to make sure you don't have anything like that. Which you do not have. All right. Now, as you continue, you eventually find yourself in precisely where you want to be. A passageway up ahead leads you towards a twist in the caverns, which you recognize a bunch of these small sort of alcoves that were made with like pantry cabinet kind of things. And this is the area where you last saw the serpent creature.
And where Peyton almost forgot about all of us at one point in time.
Correct. You can actually see the door you came through over here. All right. What would you like to do?
All right, so this is the room, Scenario, Winston.
It looks like it.
Seems familiar.
From what I remember, I wasn't in the right fully mental state at the time because I was a bit panicking because we're running for our lives, but this looks like the place.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the only thing we really can do is just look around. So let's look around. I'm gonna just kind of go off in this one direction first.
All right, you head off in that direction. Keep going.
Oh, well.
Lex.
Yeah.
The other way.
Door was the other side.
Oh. Well, thank you for pointing that out. Just walk into them.
Okay.
Oh,
Right. Right, moving forward.
As Sato gets to about, well, actually, there's no light, so, Sato gets to there, and there's just darkness beyond this corridor.
yeah. Can't see very
sorry.
much.
It's because Sandero's the one with the torch.
Indeed,
Served the
indeed.
lamp.
If you guys stop, I have no information to give you. There you go. As
Oh,
you
I
make
thought
your
you
way
wanted us
forward, as you make
Sorry.
your way forward, eventually you find one of the cabinets has been turned into a makeshift cell. It is filled with straw and some hunks of meat and bones and stuff like that. Likely food that has just been kind of tossed in more than any actual real sustenance. A plate that kind of looks like dog water next to where this is. And in this room, who has been here now for the better part of 2 weeks almost, I think. Or somewhere in that vicinity, 1.5 to 2 weeks, is what looks to be a red-haired woman who Sato will recognize as, what's her name? Arika Averton.
Arca.
She seems to be in a daze, drool dripping from her lip as you see her quite in captivity. Everyone can make a perception check as you enter this sort of area.
Okay.
Wait, I didn't roll single digits?
You didn't. Cindereal, you don't see anything, but the hairs in the back of your neck stand up. You have this sensation you're being watched.
So for everyone, for the rest of the team's perspective, Sandero basically just with the lantern in hand, just probably starts looking up at the ceilings and all that sort of stuff, waiting for like an ambush coming down as she you probably tell she's agitated. She's scanning around because she remembers that there was a creature here that tried to mind control someone, one of her friends before.
Yep.
So she's basically scanning as best as she can for everything else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sato is when he sees her is going to start forward, looking for, Erica. Erica, is that you?
She doesn't seem to be able to respond. Her eyes look towards you, but they seem glazed over, glassy, blank.
Sandero, something's wrong with her. Is there a door, like, essentially he's probably going to go, you said that she's in a cage type thing?
She is in a cage, yes.
Okay. He is going to try and get the cage open.
All right.
And
I'm not sure where I have to be standing to do that, but...
By the cage, probably.
Thank you.
okay. Saying, and if Sato
can you...
was saying,
sorry, hold on. I didn't realize you couldn't see her. There she is.
Yeah. And if Sato did say she needs help, Sandero, while still scanning, would be trying to follow behind him, ready to offer.
Okay.
Assistance.
I'm going to pull out my musket.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to basically keep an eye out in case I see the Naga come back.
Okay. As you pull out your musket and you keep aim, Sindariel, you're the only one who can react to this. The Naga appears out of one of the cracks in the walls, lashing out, but not the head. The tail lashes out. It seems to grab hold of something from Sato, a hairlock, a bit of skin, something just sort of snatches at it. And there is this hissing sound that fills the chamber. Sindariel, what would you like to do?
I was going to say, if she saw the tail whipping out towards Sato,
You would?
she'd probably be a bit slow. Her immediate reaction probably try to pull Sato at least out of the vicinity. He wasn't looking in that direction.
All right, make a reflex save as you attempt to reposition Sato very suddenly.
There's the single digits.
Ooh, that is... I don't know if that's going to be enough. That is...
What is that one?
What is the... Sorry, one moment. Give me my thing, dang you. Or have you just not given me any freaking... Of course you haven't. Why would you? That would be silly. The DC is 34.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you don't manage to snatch Sato. I mean, you do pull Sato away, but not before something is grabbed. Sato, you feel something tug at you for a moment before this hissing sound hits your ears, and I need you to make me a will save. A 29 is not enough, unfortunately. Sato, your mind begins to shift. For 1 year, this individual who you're about to meet is considered to be a trusted individual, your best friend, the person in life who you wish to be the most helpful and the most loyal to. More than anyone else, this individual has been in your life and ensured your health and your safety and your security since you were a child. And as the spell and ritual is cast, that is when the Naga appears once more. Sato, you just can't help but smile seeing this friend of yours. With a hiss. Vilothro awakens again. So, you have come once more. I thought we had an agreement that you would take your friend and bother me no longer. Do you feel that because you come with a different group of adventurers, the same deal need be struck?
He's coming searching for his own friends, and, well, she seems to be in your cage.
My songbird has served me well, but her songs have grown quiet and dull. I will allow you to take her, but someone else must take her place. After all, if she is so important, then it should be no issue replacing her. Now, Sato, apart from the obviously the information you have on her, like, you know, again, this snake thing is now best friend. You can still have your doubts and you can still have your reservations. The only thing that can't change is your trust and loyalty in the snake person. Unfortunately, it's for a year, so that's just it. It doesn't mean you can't attack. It doesn't mean that the others can't attack or anything like that. You can still fundamentally act as your own character. But the core mechanic here behind this is consider it like a dominate spell where you can't not feel this way towards this snake no matter what they say or do. If the snake eats Blix, you'd be like, well, he had to die. You know, like you'd make excuses. You'd make reasons to, like, you know, excuse the behavior. Yeah, okay, so.
Well, who would sing trapped in a cage like this?
Well, she sang beautifully until the poison started to erode the corners of her mind. She insisted on wailing and crying and begging for help. It became so tiresome. The poison brought her peace for a time, till she became too addicted to it. Now she just sits there, drooling.
I don't understand why such a great person as yourself would poison Erica.
My poison can kill. It can also relieve. It eased her suffering, just as it eases it now, only too much. A product of her weak constitution, I'm afraid.
Can it be reversed?
This is not my knowledge or skill set. All I know is I am without my songbird, and I now am presented with the opportunity to provide a new one. So, will you take my offer? Just as you did before.
He looks a little confused at that.
He's not talking. She's talking to Cinderio.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But Sato, this is the first time you are hearing about this. You didn't know they made a deal with this thing before. What deal did they make? What did they get out of it? What are they talking about? You can ask these questions easily.
Now, if I remember correctly, Sandero was almost catatonic with fear at the time.
Correct.
And it was actually Westonson and the Vander that actually made the deal to get the two of us out.
Correct. I think it was mostly Navander, but yes, yeah. Yep.
Trying to remember what the wording of the deal was.
That she, if you left her in peace, she would let your friend go.
Because she'd mind controlled Peyton at the time, yeah.
Yeah.
And Sato is looking at Sindariel and Westinson going, "You've been here before? You made what was Erica here?"
No. We
Actually, sorry, I don't know if you're deceiving, but yes, she was.
no, the player just wasn't unaware.
That's okay. Yeah, that's why I thought I corrected. Yes, yeah, she actually was.
I believe she may have been, yes. Although I don't remember much of the encounter. We negotiated passage because one of our companions at the time had become enthralled. And we were pretty much looking to leave the pit at the time.
Oh, that's... You left her behind. Huh.
Sometimes you go through moments where you can't save everybody.
Sato's going to look at Sindariel. You were okay with this?
I can barely remember it at the time. The most I can kind of remember is lots of running from, I think it was a Bulette that was chasing us through the tunnels. We were running for our lives. I think this is where we tried to catch her breath, and, well...
No.
I kind of remember Navander carrying me out.
At the time, we were 2 party members down. It would make for a very difficult encounter or means of resisting. A deal was struck. Deal was struck at the time to allow us to pass through and to make sure our companion came with.
So Sato will look back at the at Vilortho and go, "That's what we want to do, is take our companion and pass through. You allowed it before. Surely you'll allow it again."
Of course, if you take my deal.
I have an alternate option.
She already said she'll let you take the hostage if you provide her with a new songbird. But yes,
Well,
I'm more meant to address Cookie's look of confusion. It's like I made the deal. I've set the terms of the deal. If you're willing to accept it, great, fantastic, win. But it's like, you made a deal before. You could make it again. Yes, and I will. Like, just like I did before. You know, you can take this deal, 100%. Blix, what were you gonna say?
Blix kind of raises his hand and be like, "I have another idea. One that you possibly might like even more."
Speak, little goblin. Let me hear what you have to say.
Well, why would you need a songbird when you have a perfectly great sounding one right here? As I kind of gesture towards her.
She's looking around at someone.
No, you have a great voice. Monster to monster, I think she sounds great. And this is not deception. This is Blake's actually wow.
So let's go with this. Let's go with this. So without ever having sung for you, you've said
I'm judging it based off her regular voice.
Off her regular voice, which Blix finds very appealing randomly instead of like all the serpent people that
It's
you
a
dealt
Donald
with
Duck,
before,
Daisy Duck situation.
who you've kind of murdered, like a swath of these snake people before, without ever so much as ever mentioning any kind of weird attraction to serpent people. But now, coincidentally, genius that Blix is, this is now the most sexy thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you make a deception check, you lying sack of shit.
No, it's a Daisy Duck, Donald Duck situation.
You don't get to just decide.
I think she sounds great.
No.
No.
Get out of here, Neil. I'm not even
What do you
buying
think?
that.
I even got inspiration
remotely
earlier.
buying that.
I'm taking that inspiration then.
You can use the inspiration on a deception check, you lying sack of horse shit. Go on, fucking do it. Okay,
That's an 18, so let's see if I get a natural 20 though, because
I mean, it's still a success. It's fine, but yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
So 34.
Well, no, go with fair. Okay, all right. You lie well. She gets flustered. She gets embarrassed. She thinks you truly believe that I have a siren's voice.
Yeah. It's great sounding.
She
Can you sing for us?
She will try to sing. Let's see if she can sing. Also, real quick, while I'm finding out what her actual performance check is, I would like to welcome in the Raiders from DM Redcap. Thank you so much for being here. Great to see you. Thank you for bringing your community here. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Michael. The Dead is a Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. We play Pathfinder. If you haven't checked out DM Redcap, I have watched a couple of their streams. They are a very, very fun and amazing group of collective characters who, tell great stories. So go check out DM Redcap. So yes, enjoy. Our heroes are currently trying to rescue a captured adventurer from a Naga who wishes to use her as a songbird. Unfortunately, she's been here for a while, so she's a little catatonic. She is offered instead to release the prisoner in exchange for a new songbird. Blix has lied to her and said that she has a beautiful singing voice, and we're going to find out how beautiful that singing voice actually is. As she's going to make a performance check. Here we go. Acrobatics. She doesn't have any ranks in performance, but she does have a 5 in charisma. So let's find this out. Let's see. Okay, let's set the DC here. Okay, I think that's a good DC. Yeah, not too high, not too low. There's the DC. Let's see how she fares.
Aw, dang it.
She is abysmal. Unfortunately, the vocal cords of a Naga do not attribute to the finest of singing. I need everyone to make me a deception check or a performance check in order to pretend even remotely like you enjoyed the noises that would just happen. Oh, hold on. Core Shift has divined a redeemed divine intervention. She's better. She is better. She's slightly better.
I saw the 19. I was like, oh.
Now, unfortunately, this is also a testament to why it's important to do your vocal warm-ups before you start singing, But unfortunately, she came at this and, raw-dogged straight into an aria that just, And also, that's not your luck. That's my luck,
She had the wrong type of music.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Before you do that, let me just adjust this again. Okay, cool. So Westonson, you succeed. Sindariel, Sato, and Blix, I need you guys to make your deception or performance check.
I don't think
29.
Sindariel can ever actually succeed on this because this is the better of the two.
Oh.
I mean, Does Sato get a, because he actually believes that, she's...
I'll give you,
she's
even if
such a
I
nice
give you,
person.
so even if I give you a +2 bonus, that will only just narrowly fail. But because Westonson got a critical success, I'm going to allow you to give Cinderial a reroll on that one. As you kind of like, yeah, whoa, that was amazing. And you like elbow Cinderial as you're like doing that. Because Cinderial's just like covering their ears. Like, get your hands down.
My natural 20.
All right,
Yep.
so go on, Cinderial. Let's see.
Oh my god!
Oh, okay. So, well, I mean, you would still fail, but because you got a natural 20, that goes to a success. 3 out of 4 of you have succeeded. So she actually stops and she smiles, with the exception of Sato, who, by the way, only missed by 1, mind you. Right. That's not enough for her to like doubt herself in this point. She takes a moment. She says, maybe I have been thinking about this all wrong. Maybe I am
Feels so
the
good.
songbird the whole time.
Yes.
All right, very well. I shall continue to sing my songs through the caverns of the pit. You may do what you want with this quivering hunk of flesh. And she'll slither away.
I'll be back.
Sure.
Sato, do you want to help me get her out of here?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, so
Can we clip that? Hell yes.
So, as you have done so, you managed to get her out of the cell and begin to climb back to the top of the... well, I mean, actually, how do you want to get... I mean, what do you want to do from here? I can't really say if you're climbing to the top of the pit or if you're going back to Sandpoint. What are you guys doing?
Well, Sandero will think that if she was being fed by poisons, typically there's antidotes beside poisons. She'll ask Weston's, do you think that there's anything here that might be useful to try and help counteract things that might be in her system?
Looking through the potions, you do recall that one of the potions that Valdemar had in his little lab that was nearby was a potion that helped curb addiction.
I will administer. I'll start off by administering one that helps curb addiction slowly.
All right.
And then I will follow that with a moderate antidote.
Okay. As you do so, you start with the potion that cures addiction, and her eyes begin to sort of focus once more. I know you. She seems to be struggling to collect her thoughts still.
Met you at a tavern before you headed out.
Yes, Sandpoint. You were there, and you were there. Oh, my head.
We were.
Everything hurts.
You've been lost for a while. I'll take you a bit to find your way back. We're here to bring you back to Sandpoint.
She sort of, still a little disoriented, nods more than anything else. Please. She looks at the whole lot of you and says, Sato? Sato, that's you.
yes, we found you.
Adamar, beware of Adamar. He's the one who got me caught. The snake. She found us and we were trying to run, but before I could get to the door, he slammed it shut. That snake in the grass. He's the reason I'm here.
And you don't need to worry about Adamar anymore. He's not there. I killed him, and as a result, I'm banned from Sandpoint because they didn't believe he deserved to die.
We killed him. You're not taking all the blame, Sato. I'm just trying to help you.
Well, I can rest assured he did deserve to die. I hope he suffered. She spits on the ground. And then she kind of, again, sort of moans and heals over a little bit. You notice that she actually has 2 very large bite marks on her neck. Not vampire bite marks, but obviously the Naga had bitten her on the neck. As she says, I'm still feeling very woozy, and how do we get back?
Well, there's a central stair that we see. It's probably the easiest way to go.
Okay. Lead the way. I'll follow. I think I still have strength to walk.
Sato will help her.
She smiles and thanks you.
I'll slip Sato a vial of healing potion moderate blessed and just whisper, give her this if she needs any. If you think she needs it.
As you begin to make your way up, she asks you more about what happened with Adamar. Finding out that, of course, you were held to trial and had no evidence, she insists that she will speak with the sheriff and the Hell Knights and get you acquitted. If it's the last thing she'll do, she will use all of her power to lay the blame firmly on Adamar. This is unacceptable. You've been a hero. You've defeated the dooms that are down here, even after the town turned its back on you, and I am going to do everything in my power to fix that. I want you and Blix to come to Sandpoint with me, and I want us to talk to them together.
Well, hopefully they will talk. I will come. I will help you get back.
And you too, small goblin?
Yes, I would love to come back to Sandpoint. Please.
Jesus.
Their food is so good.
On second thought.
No.
All right. As you climb to the top of the pit, Navander is waiting for you. Where have you been? Navander shouts.
Well,
you go on.
We found her.
That's good. I'm glad you did. I've been trying to get in contact with you. We need to go to Sandpoint now.
What's happened in Sandpoint? What's happened again or now?
A dragon. There's a dragon in Sandpoint, and it's calling.
There's a dragon in
us.
Sandpoint?
Yes, Blix. There's a dragon in Sandpoint.
So now just does the very long. Oh.
He doesn't know about Crystal.
Sato, I think your friend might be a bit angry.
No, not her.
No,
Another one.
Her?
It seems like Navander is trying to more rush than say something. It looks like he's holding something back, especially when he looks at Sato. He says, we need to use the teleport pads. We need to get to the church. We need to go now.
Oh, this is important. Okay.
We don't have the time. We don't have time to get there by walking.
Yeah.
The sun begins to set atop the pit as our heroes rush down to the goblins who are on the first floor, making their way to the runic symbol of the Shahedron and stepping upon it before they're being teleported into the sub-basement below the temple.
Hi, Garlunk. Bye, Garlunk.
He's not here. He's at the he's at the embassy. They all moved.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. True. No.
As you make your way, to Sandpoint, there we go. I think there's a better view of Sandpoint, but is there? Yeah, there we go. Much better. I always like this one. There we go. Okay. As we return once more to Sandpoint. Okay. There is no one out in the streets. There is a very, very dark cloud that seems to hang over the top of Sandpoint as you arrive. You've seen Sandpoint in turmoil before, but never before have you seen it in the way that you see it now. There is just danger. This overbearing sense that something is here, something beyond dangerous.
I got a bad feeling on this one, guys.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm just trying to find the Fantasy Grounds bit that I need. Thank you. This is what I need. Aha, there it is. Okay, good. All right. As you make your way following Navander, he is running. You make your way towards the Rusty Dragon, and what you see before you is not the playful, kind of watering hole filled with laughter and merriment that you're accustomed to, but a sign of death. Resting atop the roof of the Rusty Dragon, where, of course, there is the very iconic brass dragon, which you can see here, atop the actual roof itself. Impaled on the dragon, its back bent, its crystal as a fortune dragon. Standing atop crystal is what appears to be a black dragon. As you approach, before it's gotten a chance to see you, it demands from all the people of Sandpoint that you all, by name, are brought forth immediately. The Dragon Protector offers you no salvation, and only death awaits should he be delayed any further. The town mayor, Mayor Crookshank, says, "Oh, now I'll say, Mr. Dragon, sir, I'd love to help you out, but unfortunately, the people you want to see, they ain't here in Sandpoint no more. They have been, well, at least some of them have been exiled, and there's just this deafening roar that bellows, 'I care not for your excuses.'" Oh, actually, you know what? Give me half a second. I will.
Lex goes tumbling from the roar. Oh! This is
Okay, come here, you.
force.
All right, 1 second.
He's just holding onto Sindariel's cloak, just like, ah!
Okay, let me see if I can do this. Let me know if this is not able to be heard properly because of nonsense.
I care not for your excuses. I only wish that you bring me those I seek. The ones named Scenario, Westenson, Sato, Blex, and Navander. If they are not here by the time the last light leaves the horizon, and your city will burn.
At this point in time, you are close enough to approach. Navander says, we have to do something.
What can we do with the dragon?
What does he want with us? He's also looking at Crystal.
Crystal's blood is pouring down the statue. And at this point in time, we are going to reveal our secret menu item. So, for our secret menu item for the day, Crystal, unfortunately, has fallen victim to the dragon. On death's door, in fact. But Crystal isn't necessarily out of tricks. Dragons are very complicated creatures, and fortune dragons have a habit of collecting all manner of trinkets and abilities and things. So, the secret menu item for today is Crystal will survive through a soul gem, which will provide a player, probably Sato, but, you know, a player in general, with a piece of treasure from her belongings, which will, of course, also include the dragon soul themselves. It will serve as a mentor and a person who is going to be there, and at an appropriate time, allow them to revive. So yes, that is our thing. However, on the other hand, if we do not get the secret menu item, this will be the end for Crystal. The wounds, I mean, she's not dead yet, but the wounds are pretty fatal, and I've mentioned this before in previous games. My read on healing spells and the like are usually that, you know, healing wounds and injuries is easy with healing spells, but anything that would require regeneration, such as organ damage and stuff like that, no amount of healing or medicine is going to replace missing organs and stuff. So because she's been impaled by the horns of the brass dragon, and this dragon's kind of placing all of its weight on it, there's just been, the damage is way too extensive. So yes, that is where Crystal is presently. You know what, I will actually add the additive as well. I'll add the additive as well, because I feel like, you know, so if we got the blind box would be to provide a dragon egg to the group, which will hatch into a young dragon that our heroes will be able to use as a companion, as a rebirth of Crystal. Same memories, same mentality, same everything, but not as old, now younger. So yeah, there you go. Okay.
See, I knew I should have bought it before I knew what it was. Now I feel that it's self-serving and it's not.
See, I'm just thinking that just becomes Crystal as almost a phoenix dragon.
That's true. But that's okay. But that's okay, Steve. That's the joy. That's the joy of the blind box. You know what I mean? Like, you know. But it's a very cool one. And keep in mind, and I will say this as well. We talk about self-serving donations and stuff like that. Self-serving donations only refer to when you're the sole benefactor. Crystal being reborn and giving an item to the group and stuff like that will definitely have group repercussions. It won't be just a power-up for one person. It'll be something that everyone is going to be able to benefit from. So even though you are also going to be someone who will benefit from it, you won't be the only one, you know. So yes. Okay, well, there you go. Thank you, Steve. It is greatly appreciated, and I will allow that to happen. However, because Steve, and I want you to know this, because it is you, and it's not just because I know it would have likely been you. I was hoping the blind box would entice some people, but because you have been such a wonderful supporter of the channel, you know, most of my survival checks are very much you and Schoolie. And this is one of those things I was aware of putting you when you both came to the same table, I was very aware that both of you have a lot of integrity when it comes to your donations and stuff like that. Because of all of these reasons, I am not only going to give you this, but I'm also going to give you the blind box as well. So I'm going to give you both of these things because, you know, like I said, it's more than just the secret menu item when it comes from you. It is also the support that you and Schoolie have both given, so the group gets the benefit for this. So yes, we will cover that at the end of the.
Thank you.
encounter. Let's
And that put us up to 1,000.
and it has put us up to 1,000, which is amazing. 68%, so close to 69. Okay.
Voice.
So back to Scary Dragon. Now, again, you see the scene. Crystal is up there. The dragon is on top. The mayor is doing his best. Everyone is taking cover. Everyone is hiding. The militia is kind of standing by the mayor, as is Sheriff Hemlock. He is there, like, front and center as well. He is instructing the mayor to stand back. Like, he, you know, like, this is far too dangerous. You can also see a few people have been pushed back. You can actually see the two, the dwarf and the elf companion. Do you remember from like early on, those two adventurers? They're here and they're kind of being held back. Grandlog Irongrog is here. Misha's here. You know, a few people who have some experience who are able to defend the town if need be. They're kind of nearby, but no one's being allowed to approach. The dragon is considered to be too powerful. So, our heroes, after Blix rolls away, then comes back.
How are we gonna stop that?
I don't know, but we're going to.
Well,
I need to get Crystal down.
here's hoping it just wants to talk.
Well, I guess first things first, we gotta announce ourselves first, or do we want to get a sneak attack on it? I don't think we can sneak attack a dragon. That's not possible. It's gonna spot us. I'm surprised it didn't spot us already.
Sato
We're not
is
100% sure.
Sato is furious and whatnot, and it's like, Erica, you're in trouble. Go get help. And he's going to hand her to ideally one of Evander's people, and he is going to walk forward. It's like, what do you want?
Is it just Sato stepping forward?
Blix will go up behind Sato because Blix realizes he's got to be a hero. He's like, if I'm not a hero, then who is? And I will go with Sato.
Sandera will eventually follow, but she'll do so after she's said a prayer to try and beg for strength.
Hey,
Strength to actually do this.
Yeah, please, Saren Ray, do not let this end here. I've come so far.
I've gone so far.
Probably sneakily, given the way it's going. If it's going to happen, I hope it's by your fire type thing.
Aw, okay, fair.
So I was like, you teamed up with a demon. Fuck you. No, just kidding.
Westinson?
I'm going to be moving up. I'll be sort of just behind Sandera.
Okay.
Off to the right.
Quietly thinking to yourself, I died once. You know?
What's another time?
Exactly.
Okay.
I thought I was done with dragons.
All right. As you step forward, and Sato, what do you want? You know, like commands.
So finally you show yourselves. The townsfolk attempted to deceive me, claiming that you weren't to be found. But I knew that I could properly motivate you.
He kind of puts pressure on Crystal as she kind of roars in pain as the spikes from the dragon form, like kind of dig a little deeper.
It's like, get off of her.
Your heroics have caught the eye of the one whom I serve. He, the Red Bishop, would speak to you of your exploits. There is an even greater evil within this land. One that threatens us all, not just your quaint little town. afraid. You could save us. All humans, dragons, and the bishop alike. He awaits you atop Grubber's Hermitage, and you would be wise to not keep him waiting. I have been instructed to guide you. By force, if need be. You have till the morning to set your affairs in order. Don't be late.
And with that, he takes flight. And as he does so, as he goes over the bay, he opens his jaws and begins to breathe acid and pollution down into the water. He then continues as he flies, and you see this oily trail that is now stuck on the surface of the water, leading out to the open sea, about 3 miles west of Sandpoint.
Mm.
It is at this point the townsfolk immediately mobilize. They move as quickly as they can. They begin to get ladders, they begin to get ropes, they begin to get pulleys. The whole statue is kind of precariously tilted, so it looks like at any point in time it could just snap and fall and crush the people on the street. You can see the carpenters, the metal workers, you can see the blacksmith. Everyone is coming out and basically working to try and lower the whole dragon from atop the rusty dragon down to the street level with the dragon in tow. Never before has something so big been accomplished in so quick a time. They've done their best to reinforce the roof as best they can as they're going through this whole project. And it takes only but a mere 10 minutes before you watch as Crystal and the dragon are lowered down. As this happens, the blacksmith of the red dog, whose name I always forget, he approaches and he says, "Well, you can cut her free, but those barbs, they're all the way in. Unless you got a masterful surgeon's hand, the best I can do is alleviate some of this by getting her down."
Also,
Can
I
you
have
cut the barbs off?
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
It's Sato is gonna do what you can.
Aye.
And he's gonna go. And then he'll
He'll take it. Won't take him very long. He'll take out like the right tools for it, and he will actually make quick work of the statue. Like it is hollow as well, so it's not like you have to cut through solid brass or anything like that. But once that happens, he'll again, he's trying. It's a dragon, so it's not it's not the easiest thing to try and cut around. But he will eventually do it so much that that Crystal can now lay down on the ground. All right.
Give me this.
That's sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So, just so I'm seeing this correctly, is there a body of a dragon and a body of Crystal?
No, just
Or
Crystal.
just one. Okay. Okay. So
It's
I
the
just
statue, the statue of the dragon.
Yep.
Okay.
Crystal. What happened?
Sato. I'm sorry, Sato. I tried to protect the town. He came out of nowhere. I was foolish. He needed to see you and the others. I told him he could fly off. I told him that the town was under my protection. And we fought, but he was far stronger. I'm sorry I couldn't teach you everything I knew.
I am too.
Red Bishop, he's dangerous. I don't trust this invitation. But I know it would be foolish to tell you not to go.
Well, I think we have to.
I know. And I want to make something clear. That you would not be going and dealing with all of this on your own. Should you finish this and put an end to the Red Bishop, then consider the debt from Sandpoint cleared in its complete. And that includes the Kaijutsu family. You would owe nothing.
Sato will bow to her and go. We will do that. And thank you. And I thank you for the city as well. But I expect you to be here when I get back.
I'm afraid that might be a difficult order to ask.
Anything we can do.
I do have one last gift to bestow upon you. Consider it my investment in your futures.
At this point in time, do you guys have rings?
No,
Nope.
I don't.
Cinderella?
I believe, yes, Sandero's got rings on.
Both two rings?
Yep.
Okay. What about a necklace, Cinderella?
I don't use one of the rings, to be fair, because...
Oh, okay, cool. Well, in which case, she will provide you with 4 rings, each of which appear to be anointed with a very, very beautiful opalescent gemstone. This ring will protect you from the draconic fear aura. You, while you're wearing these rings, are immune to the fear condition. And you also gain a +2 on any effect that is emotion or mental based. You also, regardless of the situation, will always roll at advantage against abilities such as dominate and suggestion. So anything that would ultimately force you to act in a particular way. And as she bestows these rings upon you, she looks once more to Sato.
I know that you were my apprentice. But I am glad that I was able to meet you, Sato. In my many years, all the gifts bestowed upon me, all the wonders I have seen and collected for my hoard, the greatest treasure I ever found was my friendship with you.
And as this happens, you watch as these pearlescent, same opalescent kind of colored dusts start to sort of dissolve away at the scales and the huge form of this majestic dragon. And as that happens, you watch as this whirling vortex of light begins to gather over the entire court, You see tears running down the eyes of everyone who happens to be here. The tavern keeper, the people who she had served over the many years, as you see that her form as a human starts to begin to glow in a very resplendent kind of way in front of everyone. Many people did not know that she was a dragon, but realizing that they had lost such an important member of the town, almost all of them, whether knowingly or not, start to bow their heads in prayer for the soul of Crystal to go into the next world. And as this happens, and the dust begins to rise up to the sky as the sun begins to set, the stars align almost perfectly as the dust rests in the sky, forming what looks to be a constellation. In the town of Sandpoint, this is the only place you could see this constellation, and everyone calls it Crystal's Path. A homage to this person who, when everyone would go to the tavern to set out on a day's work or a day's adventure, she was the light that guided them. With everyone's gaze turned upwards, Sato, you feel that weight, and your eyes turn down. And that is when you notice something. Out of the corner of your eye, what looks to be an ovoid object made of the same pearl that you can see on each of your rings.
Sato will reach in and pick it up.
As you do so, you hold in your hands a very warm, a very brightly colored egg. It is about so big, and as you hold it, you can feel something moving inside.
Tears are just
pouring down his face as he holds this egg to himself. You can hear, even as you lean your ear to it, you can hear that heartbeat inside the egg. And as this happens, Sato, there is a crack. The sound is very sudden. You start backwards for a moment as you can see that crack starting to expand and break around the rim of this very large egg. Eventually, you watch as a head sort of forces its way forward. One that doesn't have quite the same, booming voice to it, but still an unrecognizable form. A recognizable form as it bursts from its shell. As you can see, a wormling fortune dragon, who will now serve as a companion for our group. It looks at you with eyes that sort of seem to be taking in the world all at once.
It's like
Oh.
Sato is just holding it, and your mother was quite a person.
It looks up at you. Instinctively, you can kind of tell it knows who you are. And though it isn't Crystal, memories passed between the fortune dragons is hereditary. It knows you are important, and it knows you are someone that it can care for and that will care for it back. Without any hesitation, it sort of just curls up, a little tired from its recent hatching, but moves to sort of comfort itself by your side.
It's like, well, we have a friend, gang.
Oh.
But most importantly, it needs a name. As far as gender goes, it can be whatever. Just, I mean, whatever you would like it to be. I feel like this is a gift for the group, so like, you guys can decide. You can name it after its mother if you would like, of course.
Could name it also.
Or do you want something that's derived from its mother? If I can find the original name for you, Cookie.
Yeah,
Okay,
that would be nice.
Give me a second.
Blix is just like, I can't wait till they obtain their first treasure.
I actually have a homebrew thing that I normally do, which is fortune dragons when they're born are actually mistaken for coin dragons, and actually they actually, like, their hoard is just a single gold piece that they just like they practice protecting.
That's awesome.
And somewhere in their like big hoard, there's always a single coin.
Like its first coin ever.
Yep.
Kinda like Uncle
Veniziacum
Scrooge's first penny.
is the
first time.
original name of crystal.
Yeah. Like its very first time.
That's
Is a mouthful, yeah.
yeah. Do we want to, or do we just want to use crystal?
Or you can go with
Crystal
a
the
precious
second.
stone, or, you
Yeah.
know. If you like crystal, we can go crystal.
Or
I was hoping there was another name for stained glass. Because she was always the dragon making like stained glass or like glass in general. But also with treasure, they're multicolored and they all look really pretty. With all
I know
the
it's
treasure
very
and gems.
I know it's very biblical, but if you wanted to go with that angle, Moses, for mosaic, for example.
Ooh.
Mosaic actually does kind of have like a dragon vibe to it.
actually, I kind of like Mosaic, to be honest.
Mosaic the Fortune Dragon.
Okay.
Yes.
Very well.
That's cool.
If
So-
everyone's happy with that.
And
That's awesome.
knowing that it's a treasure dragon,
Mhm.
treasure wormling,
Treasure world.
Sato is actually going to reach into his pouch and he's going to pull out a gold piece. And
Yay.
he's going to say, I'd like to call you Mosaic, and let this be your first piece of treasure.
Mo for short, yes.
It takes hold of it, and almost like a cat with a ball of yarn, it sort of tumbles it between its legs and stuff. You can hear it making happy squeaking sounds that honestly no human has ever heard dragons make.
Yes. The first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it holds it and it treasures it. And like I said, every dragon begins with its first piece of treasure, which it will keep for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And even long after Sato's bones have been laid to rest, this coin will be this dragon's treasure forever. It would sooner lose its entire collection than this one coin. I'm gonna give you an extra piece. I'm gonna give you an extra piece here because I haven't made Cookie cry enough, obviously. As you do this, the blacksmith sort of says, I could, do something special for you as well. Come see me tomorrow, and I'll have something for you. And he'll go off. The next day, when you do see him, in case I do forget it, I'm going to tell you now. He actually has one of Crystal's scales. And what he's actually going to do with Crystal's scale Yeah, because again, he managed to not necessarily cut one off, but just like, when he was working on stuff, he got some of it.
It came off. Yeah.
Yeah. He is going to carve it into like sort of a backing case, and then actually carve a pitcher of crystal, and set it with a crystal inside of it. And it's big enough that what it actually is, it's kind of like a clip that you can actually put the coin in, and it'll actually protect it and act like a pendant. So the pendant backing is of crystal, and the pendant front is the coin, and he can put it around the neck of your dragon. And it's also made of mithril, so it will not break easily, no matter what the dragon does. Though he does say that when it gets big enough, you probably should come back and get the chain expanded. But but otherwise, that is the gift he gives to you guys. Mostly because he also cried, and seeing everyone, he's one of those people who's like, I'm not gonna cry. Here's something. Now fuck off.
When everyone leaves,
and then when everyone leaves, he's like, it's like, we know that you're a big softie, and he's like, no, I'm not. Yeah. Exactly. That's the kind of dude he is. All right. Cool. That night is long, and I'm going to give you guys some space to just be characters for a little bit if you want to, before we move on to the next bit. We are getting close to the end, but I'd prefer to give you guys this space. So in the evening, you will... the mayor is spoken to by... whatever her name is.
Barbara?
Oh, thank you. Yes. Erica. She speaks and explains everything, not only the stuff with Adamar. God damn it. I got the door. Sorry, 2 seconds. Damn it. How do you talk? I'll be back.
All right. Now I just can't imagine a baby or a baby mosaic shooting crocs at laser sounds. Here. While it's playing with the coin.
So, yeah, I mean,
how you doing, Sato?
as he scratches, mosaics a little bit, it's like, not great, but it's not the first person we've lost, or I've lost. Won't be the last, probably.
Blake's will walk up to your leg and just, I'm so small, give your leg a little hug.
You'll get a pat for that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, just like a pat on the back. It's like, thanks.
Yeah, it's fine.
And so he's going to look at the others and go, I guess that's our trail that we have out on the water that we're going to have to go to.
Honestly, it looks awful and sick, like this trail. Like, it literally looks like an oil spill that's even glowing at night.
Can we still take a boat over it so we don't have to walk through the...
No, you're not supposed to walk through it. You're supposed to take a boat. It's a pathway. It's like a
okay.
It's a
It
guide.
looks like a solid like sludge that we could walk across the ocean. Like,
No, he's marked the water.
I'd rather swim. But yeah. Okay, good. Phew.
So
you guys
over the night, Westinson, realizing we're not going to be able to take Mosaic with us for this fight, completely asinine. We'll spend most of the night
I think baby dragons are still struggling.
A little home for it to put in the inn.
Oh, that's cute. Make a craft check.
Dragon house. Like a birdhouse, but for a dragon.
Natural.
In the inn.
Oh.
Hey, not bad.
33, nice. You make a very, very nice little house that you can kind of put on the ceiling, where Mosaic can sort of fly up and have some space of themselves. The owner, who is Betha or something like that, I can't remember. I should really look at these things. I have them like right here. Let's see. Her
there's-
name is Bethana Colwyn, who is there. So yes, Bethana will.
Actually, she left town.
Oh, she
Saddle
did. You're
once
right.
again.
Did
Yeah,
Oh,
she
that's right.
retired.
That's right. That's right. She did retire. You're right. You're right. You're right. I did forget
and
that.
handed it all over to Sato.
So Sato, I suppose, would be okay with it then.
Oh yeah.
so is this.
Yeah. Westinson didn't ask permission.
And
like-
more importantly, there was one last very big gesture. With the statue destroyed of the Rusty Dragon, the blacksmith has already begun work on the replacement. The new Rusty Dragon is still made of brass, but now it is almost a perfect replica of crystal being made, you know. You don't know that he's doing it. I'm just kind of like reminding, you know what I mean? Like he's currently working on it, but when you come back, that'll be the dragon atop the Rusty Dragon.
Did you
Actually,
say the
I'm
Rusty
back.
Dragon was getting renamed too, or was that something else that I heard?
No,
Oh, okay, because I thought it was named something else now.
no, it's the
But
Rusty Dragon.
After the okay.
Sometimes I call it the
Santa's
Red
not reading
Dragon
it.
because I have the board game Red Dragon in, and then Rusty
No,
Dragon in.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought I heard something
So-
after we found out that Crystal was up there.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
No.
It's fine.
So-
Okay.
So
Never mind then.
Sato's going to look at Westinson and go, "You made that?"
A mostly drunk Westinson will look back and go, I think so. I vaguely remember that.
And it's a mostly drunk Sato as well. It's like, that's nice work. Thank you. Do you think you can build one of the glassworks as well? When we get back?
Not right now.
When we
Oh,
get
yeah,
back.
yeah.
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 Good. I'll pay you for it.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
yeah.
Cinderio.
So,
Yes. Well, knowing that Cinderella is about to head out, she's probably going to try and spend the last night in the temple. And given everything that's happened, she might effectively be trying to write as best as she can a memoir just in case, because she's not convinced that she might come back, given everything that's happened.
All right, you begin to do so. As you go and write down your notes and things like that, you are approached by Father Xantus. Father Xantus sees you and smiles and says, "How long has it been since I have last seen you at your study desk?"
It feels like it's been years, to be honest.
Honestly, it is good to see you. A nostalgic return to simpler times. Feels as though ever since this whole nonsense with Noalia has begun, we have been responsible for throwing this town once more into the brink of chaos. I sometimes ask myself if it was really worth it all in the end.
Well, you say that, but there's been good things that have come out of it. I mean, we're making progress with the goblins. There's less fighting with us, with them.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. I know I've never truly said this, not properly anyway, but thank you, Sindariel, for your faith. Not just in our gods, but in me as well.
It was you that told me to have faith in the people of Sandpoint, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And I hope that faith still stays strong, even if they turn their back on some of your teammates and, of course, your mentor. And sometimes scared people can be misguided, but it is never too late to show them the way.
With that very point, she probably looks out of a window, assuming we're facing that way, looking at the oil slicks. Yeah, sometimes being shown the ways can be for the good or for the bad into the unknown. Guess we'll find out in the dawn.
Yes, you shall. We'll be holding a candlelight vigil for Crystal. It would mean a lot if you were there.
Yes. She deserves that.
Also, you have another visitor who explained certain things to me that I trust you already know about. Indeed. At this point, a very familiar individual walks in.
I'm oh.
Well, it seems as though you were right. The reception that we received wasn't all that bad. Right, old man? Your acceptance here in the Sandpoint Cathedral is still a matter of acquiring the right headspace for the people of the town, and I don't know if we're there yet, but if Sindariel believes that this is a right way forward, then perhaps we can begin talking about it. Of course, we're very, very patient. After all, the undead have all the time in the world. And we too would like to thank Sindariel and his group of adventurers for indulging us. This should prove to be quite a beneficial arrangement. And at this point, Kanker sort of smells you. Odd, you do not seem like one of those blessed by Cabriri, but... Ooh, you smell like one. Perhaps too long in the pit. A shower might be needed.
Yes, definitely a shower is more than needed after getting back.
Well, if you ever did decide to follow Cabriri, you would never have to rely on your olfactory senses. You would yearn for such a smell. Yes, no, that's quite enough of that. Now, Sindariel, you rest up and continue your journaling and join us for the vigil. And you, let's see if I've got any spare hats of disguises from adventurers lost and found. Come, we will, as Kanker will follow Father Xantus, and they'll have the candlelight vigil later on.
Yeah. For the audience large, Sindariel's notes for that entire meeting is maybe Sandpoint could become the new, or take there was a monster named from just north, which was for every deity, good and evil, if I remember. I can't remember what the name was, but basically a step towards that line where everyone is accepted.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's basically it. Yeah. Everyone being accepted means everyone being accepted, not just the good gods.
Yep.
All right. Blix, you are grabbed, a bag is put over your head, and you are dragged away in the night.
No, I'm dead. Bye, guys. Uh,
You can't see where you are. You can't really, sort of get your bearings or anything like that. But before long, you are then like tied to a chair, and the bag is removed from your head. And standing there is Wolfleck. So you came back to Sandpoint.
I was kind of forced to.
Yeah? You were forced to?
You guys don't want me here anymore, do you? You trying to kill me?
The stuff that's happening here at Sandpoint is tense. And we can't have a murdering goblin living among us. Gives us all a bad reputation. I spoke with the mayor about what had happened. Turns out that Adamar guy was a lot worse than we originally thought, and they're doing stuff to make sure that you and Sato are allowed back in town. But we goblins, we know the whole concept of an eye for an eye, and stuff like this doesn't go away. And we did make a play on you, Blix. Oh, yes, we did. We tried to get rid of you to better the chances of goblins fitting in at Sandpoint. The question is now that you're allowed back, what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to keep Sandpoint safe. For the good or the bad.
You want to keep Sandpoint safe, huh? After everything. After being nearly assassinated, accused of murder, you still want to help these people? Why?
Because I know they got my back. So I want to get their back.
Do you mean the town, or you mean your 4 friends? Because the
Everyone.
town didn't have your back. The town threw you out on its ear. Town didn't care how many good, heroic things you did. The second you made one mistake, they threw you out on your ear. And rest assured, if it came down to you and the fate of all the goblins that are finding their home here in Sandpoint, I'd choose the people here, the goblins over you any day. So, I mean, why, Blix, do you still want to fight for this town?
Just because?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I really... I don't know how to answer that. That's something I figured I could find out as I was
He takes his
out.
knife and he slams it into the table just to kind of silence you as you're talking. Do you know why? You have no idea, Blix. Because you lack conviction. You lack a goal. Like all goblins. Eat, sleep, fuck, repeat. Goblins are simple creatures. They act in a moment. It's why they are reckless, careless, and sometimes a bigger danger to themselves than anything else they ever face. Hobgoblins, however, we have a different way of doing things, and there's a reason why the hierarchy exists, Blix. The reason you don't know why you want to save the town of Sandpoint is because you've got no reason to. And yet you're doing it. Why? Who knows? That kind of conviction is so flimsy, it may as well be written on rice paper. You need to decide now what the fuck you're doing. Because if you are just going to act whimsical and do whatever you feel like in any given moment, you don't need to wait for the town to accept you back in, because I will end you right here and now. But you tell me you have a goal, you have something you want to achieve, and you give me a good reason as to why you're doing it, then yeah, maybe the town of Sandpoint doesn't have to worry about some murderous goblin who may snap one day and kill one of their precious pigskins.
I think I found my new goal. I want to be the leader of the embassies.
He sort of steps forward and he says, "So your goal is to make me your enemy?"
No. My goal is to make you listen to me.
He takes his knife out and raises it above his head. As he slams it into you, he misses, hitting the chair just by your side and slicing through the ropes. He says, "Well, then I wish you luck, because you're going to have something very important to say for me to listen to anything you have. Get him out of here." And again, a bag over your head, and they drag you, and they drag you away. All right. As they do drag you away and stuff like that, you realize that maybe he was bluffing. Maybe, he was just trying to intimidate me to, make sure that I'm not going to, go off the rail. But then there's also a part of you that's like, that was a real knife.
Damn. Yeah, that was a real knife. I have one, but his is better.
Maybe he
wasn't. His looked way better.
Maybe he wasn't bluffing. Maybe I just got really lucky just then. But
yeah,
yes.
Blake is like, I actually don't want to piss him off, but I had to say something. And that's like inner monologue. Is just like, part of that is real, part of that is I didn't really want to piss him off. I mean, yeah.
No, that's fair.
Blake actually does look up to Wolfleck. But all the threatening, he had to do something to get him to like him, and he didn't kill him. So that's
no, he
progress.
doesn't like you. No, he doesn't like you, and that still didn't. But you embraced
progress.
But Neil, you embraced that he didn't like you, and that's an important thing as well, because you can't just make everyone like you. It's just, it's not something you can force. Sometimes people don't like you, and that's okay. But the fact that you were able to be convicted, he almost actually did kill you, because when he said, you wish to make an enemy of me, and you said, no, I don't want to make an enemy of you, that lacked conviction. Meant you wanted to take over the embassy, but you wanted to be friends. That's weak thinking. But when you said, I want to make you listen to me, he was like, okay, that's enough to swing him back. So you did good there. All right, Westonson, as we wrap this up. Westonson, I'm going to give this to you, John. Actually, you're going to get a choice here. Do you want to go the peaceful route or the violent route? Let me know.
Go the violent route.
Cool. The next morning, as the sun awakens, rising as the dappled light dawns through the windows of everyone who has had a restful sleep, Westonson, having been very, 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 very drunk and the like, passed out in the back shed behind Navander's home. When, Westonson, you awaken, you find yourself not in the shed, but in Navander's home. Navander's home has been upturned, the site of conflict. You see tables turned over, pots and pans strewn about, arrows in the walls. You see blood splattered everywhere. You look around. You see no one at the house.
I'll pull myself up.
As you do so, you realize it's hard to move with an arrow in your leg pinning you to the ground.
I'll try to pull out the arrow.
You do so. As you remove it, there is no pain in your leg. There's also no blood.
Yeah, that tracks. This is gonna get awkward quick. I start looking around, trying to get back to the frame of the guard investigating the scene. Start trying to look for what might have occurred. Try to piece together the story.
All right, make a perception check.
Come on, natural one. Where are
The scene almost reminds me of the scene when we were in Corvosa and we met young Westinson. He was also kind of sitting on the ground, almost like kind of boggled.
you? Mhm.
It's very,
Yeah.
very similar. Looking around, it is hard to piece things together. It looks as though maybe you came into the house at some point or another. Perhaps Shalelu was here, perhaps Navander. Not knowing your condition, they opened fire. A conflict began, a struggle back and forth. You can recognize that there's some of your blood and some of someone else's blood here. As you move around, you can kind of see that the conflict spilled out from the front door into the living space. Several chairs smashed and broken, and then also a window smashed and broken as well. You have no idea what the actual specifics of the struggle were, but you know that the conflict ended when you were pinned to the ground, and then they didn't finish you off for whatever reason.
Well, look at the fletchings. Is it Navanders or Shalelu's?
Good call. Neither.
Well,
You do notice that the fletching, unlike Navanders and Shalelu's, is black. And that is where we're going to end today's.
Ah!
And that is where we're going to end today's session. All right.
Whoa.
Thank you very much, everyone, for coming and joining us. I hope you had a great time. I know that I did. This was a lot of fun. Cookie, how you doing, buddy?
Better.
Good. I'm glad.
Just needed to breathe a bit.
You should, and it's all, and I always tell people this all right. It is perfectly fine for you to take a moment to step away from the table, to catch your breath, to do stuff like that. It is imperative, in fact, I say, not only as a GM but as a player as well. So I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you got to enjoy. I mean, did you enjoy it? Is the important bit.
Oh yeah.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I don't want to make people, like, feel bad and then be like, oh well, that sucked and I hated it and fuck you, No. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, well, see, I mean, the thing is that I wouldn't have felt so bad if I didn't enjoy it.
That's true. That's very true. I would
Like
also
it wouldn't have hit.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm not gonna lie. Part of the reason why I added in the extra bit there is also because I know that you donated to it, but knowing what I knew was coming up, I was like, oh man. But if Crystal's gone forever and there's no like sign of her and stuff like that, I'd feel awful. I'd feel terrible, and that's me losing my my hard ass mode as a DM, where I'm just like, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna be a brave boy. I'm gonna be a big boy, and I'm not gonna cow down on this really sad dramatic moment. And I'm like, I am, because that's too much. It's too much for me. So I was really glad that you got the thing, and I think Mosaic was a beautiful name. Neil, that was a really, really good suggestion with the stained glass window stuff. So like awesome. Good job, guys. And I hope everyone also enjoyed their little comeback to Sandpoint as well, with bits and bobs and bits and pieces for each of you as well. Westinson, of course, we're going to go the route of violence. Now, I'm going to say this, Westinson. We can resolve the whodunit scenario here, but tomorrow morning is when you guys need to leave for the thing. So whether or not you want to conceal what happened here, or whether or not you want to, fight it out or, figure that out, you have a week to figure that out, because that'll be on you as to deciding what you want to do. But either way, the boat should leave in the morning, mid-morning at the latest. And of course, I imagine you guys know who's going to take you, right? The only person insane enough to follow the path of a fucking dragon. Yep, good, fantastic. We all know who to go to. Great. So I look forward to next week, where we embark upon the journey to the final dungeon, or the final leg of our adventures of the 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. So there you go. And our heroes have now leveled to level 11, which is amazing. So awesome. Very, very happy for that. That's going to be great. And guys, My name's Michael. I'm the Dead as a Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. We will be back on Sunday for Tyrant's Grasp and Gatewalkers, so I'm very, very keen to do that. And then Monday we're back for the No Place Like Home adventure, which I'm also very keen to get back to. Do we have a game this Monday? No, maybe we didn't.
No, we did.
We did? What did I do? You guys? No, that's right. That's right. We had the
Yep.
space station stuff.
I think
with,
you've been missing Tyrant's Grasp a few times.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's because Aya and Twiff are away on vacation, and Callie and Lucas have also had some occupation things. So, it's only been Matt and Laura, so I'm working on doing some Matt and Laura character-esque things. So there will be a Tyrant's Grasp game today. Absolutely, there will totally be one. Even if it is just Matt and Laura, I will 100% run a game this week. So yeah, there's that. Otherwise, yeah, be sure to tune in next week for more fun. In the meantime, guys, my name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. As always, from us to you, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Good night, guys.
Bye.